everybody, and welcome to day 4 or day 16 of this advent calendar. And today I thought it would be fun to tour two of my previous islands, a winter island and a Christmas island. The Christmas island I didn't do that long ago, still fairly recent. I did it last year for the advent calendar, which I will link in the top here and in the description down below. Now, this isn't going to be your typical island tour because I've already done both of those for these islands. So we're just gonna hop in and I'm going to point out things that stood out to me or that I would do differently or just overall builds that I'm really proud of. And the first island we're on is Starbright. This is my winter / island in the sky island. It's not really supposed to be a winter island. It just kind of turned into it because of the codes that I was using. It just matched better when the island was in winter. And I also picked up these presents that I opened, but I've decided not to put any of them on, just to keep my outfit on that I'm currently wearing due to the advent calendar. And right off the bat is one of the things I want to point out. This sign that I made. Now, don't get me wrong, I am really proud of the first custom code I've ever made, but there are things that I would want to do a little bit differently. So I'm gonna open up the camera app and give you guys a little bit more of close-up so you can see better what I'm talking about. The thing I would want to change about this is the colorization of the letters. They are a little bit too light for my taste. If the light hits it in the wrong way, you can't really read what it says. It says climb up because you need to climb up in order to get to the rest of the island. So I can't really change it now anymore because this island no longer exists, as well as the code. You can still download it, but I can never ever change it anymore. And one of the other things that I would change is, or that I would differently if I ever would do this type of island again, is stick with the tone that I was starting. It's only at like the entrance of the island, like the first part of the island, and then I kind of just gave up and shifted more towards a natural island, which is what I usually do best. But for once I would like to stick with the challenge of a more structured island. So if I ever would do a type of island like this again, I would kind of want to maybe stick with the more town vibes instead of shifting towards a more natural island. Now, one of the things I'm really proud of is this fixed perspective build next to this house. You can kind of easily miss it if you don't know where to look. This is something that took a lot of blood, sweat and tears, but it's also one of the builds I am really proud of. Unfortunately, there is a little bit of lag where you can see some things disappear in the right hand side corner. Just wanted to create a magical feeling with these little houses up in the sky, floating on top of a mountain, balloons floating in the sky, just to keep in touch with the theme of this island, which is a island in the sky. So I tried to do everything I could by creating that feeling. One of the other builds I am really proud of is this kind of little cul-de-sac. This circular neighborhood. It's not as circular as I would like it to be, and unfortunately all of the villagers that are living here are stuck because I did not use many inclines on this island, so it's only accessible by a ladder, so they're all stuck. But I really like this enclosed space. It's completely terraformed around in also a circle. So it's just like a little bit of a hidden gem on this island. And beware, don't fall down. Another little area that I'm really proud of, and I wish I had done more on this island, is like these little tiny area, these little splotches of this pathing. I really wished I used this more than I have on this island, because it's not only a gorgeous path, but it was also so much fun to work with. And another area that I am truly proud of is like this area surrounding Abel's. It's nothing really fancy particularly, but I just really love what I did with all of these dresses scattered about and around, giving you the sense of fairies possibly living on this island. This island is like a bundled mixture of themes. It's a winter island, it's a island in the sky island, it's a fairy core island, and I just wanted to emphasize the fairy core a little bit more by putting out all of these beautiful dresses that I saved, to which I had no other reason to. And the last area that I want to show on this island, sorry Lily, I don't mean to push you around, but this is quite a tight space, is this incredibly long land bridge that I built on my island. I wasn't really sure how to fill up space on this island, so I just started terraforming and it turned into this land bridge, which I really like. And you may wonder, because it takes up so much space, how accessible is the rest of the island still, but there's ladders all over it. Here's one that leads you to the other side, the right side of this land bridge, and up ahead is another one if you continue walking this way. On the right side here is another one that will allow you to go down there. And well, if you ever would want to use my custom code, you can just use the portal. That was Starbright. Now let's hop in quickly to go to Paradeisos. And I know the island name doesn't really tell you what the island theme is. It doesn't really match. It's not significant to the island theme, so please just ignore the island name. But here we are at the entrance, which is also one of the first builds that I want to show off, that I'm really proud of, which took an insane amount of time just to map it out, to figure out what I wanted to do with it. This is like Santa's workshop, where you would enter the island in. I really like what I did with the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeers in the archways. I wish I had a better way of showing it, but because of the sheer size of this castle, it's really hard to show. But on the left corner, left side, I made a Meet Santa area, considering this is Santa's factory. There is a pipe on the left corner if you don't want to spoil yourself when you end up on resident services. And on the right side is Santa's little toy shop / workshop. And this way you head into the island. Now another thing I want to show off is this incredibly big ice lake that I made, my penguin sanctuary. I really like how I combined it with the river mouth on the left side, but just the amount of space this took up on my island, and the fact that I placed 2 of my penguins on this ice lake as well. As you can see, it's quite simple. There aren't many decorations on this. It's quite bare and empty, but that's actually one of the things I really liked about this. And if we head up here, there's another build that I'm really proud of. This is where my scary snowman lives, because I am not gonna attempt to pronounce the actual word. But yeah, this is where Hans lives. He kind of lives in a small confined space, but that's because I wanted it to feel like a mountain, and I didn't want to give away the fact that there is a house here too much. That's why there's so much terraforming around it and so many dormant volcanoes. And also when you head up here, his house is kind of hidden from view, and the entryway to his house is kind of hidden by these trees, because I wanted to give the illusion of that the cave at the top here is where you would enter his mountain where he lives. So the inside of this little ground terraforming is actually in the inside of this cave. So that's why it's kind of hidden from view. And you know, if you look at it the right way, I think I really did well on the illusion of that. I really liked how this turned out. And one of the things I regret on this island is kind of rushing it towards the end. As you can see, this character just says welcome, and my character doesn't really say anything either. But what I really do love about this island is all of the help I had coming up with ideas from other content creators who are also friends of me, but just in general friends of me that helped me through this island, because I was really struggling to come up with ideas, which I normally don't really have. But a big shout out to everyone that helped me come up with ideas. The people that I'm talking about will know who I'm talking about. But one of the things I really do love about this island are another big build on this island I'm really proud of is this ski lift. This is something I have never attempted to build before. This is also again a bit of a perspective build, and another thing I am really proud of, which in itself, again, big shout out and credits to Nina Tries, who made these custom codes. And as you can see, my character here just says hello from the previous theme of this island, which was a Scottish Highlands theme. And yeah, as I said, I really regret not leaving any presents, changing the island tune, probably changing the passport messages of the characters, both of these characters on this island. But I really do like the just layered shape of this ski slope. Again, it takes up a whole big space on this island because I didn't know what to do. But those are my two Christmas and winter related islands that I currently have so far. With all of the islands that I have done in the past, you'd think I have more than two, but surprisingly not. It's only two so far. Each year I'm telling myself, oh, I'm gonna do another Christmas island, I wanna do another advent calendar, but I never really go through with it because I am sad about the islands that I would have to destroy or delete for it. Currently this year I'm working still on my Wild West Island and my Spring Core Duck Core Island, which is probably gonna be my forever island, so there's that. That only leaves me with one switch to do other islands with, and I just didn't have the inspiration to finish my Wild West Island yet, so I didn't want to just override that for a Christmas island, but who knows. There's always next year. But this was the end of the video. Hope to see you tomorrow with yet another advent calendar video. And see you next time. Bye bye.